Hello and welcome back to ERU, where I aim to bring you closer to the biggest games in European football. What a show I have lined up for you today. We'll be diving in to one of the biggest games in Serie A this weekend, Lazio versus Juventus. We'll be breaking down Der Klassiker and also talking about our star of the week. It should be a cracker. Let's get into it. So it's been a challenging start to the season for today's visitors, Juventus. The 36-time Italian champions have just 12 points from the opening 6 games going into this game. That left them 4 points behind Serie A leaders AC Milan at this early stage, and they were even fortunate to have that many points after being awarded a 3-0 victory against Napoli after they had to withdraw due to COVID reasons. That game is being reviewed under appeal as well, so they might even have 3 points taken away, so it hasn't been exactly perfect for them. And going into this game, they'd drawn 2 of their previous 3 league games against newly promoted Crotone and Hellas Verona, as well as being battered by Barcelona 2-0 in their biggest game of the season in the Champions League. It actually took them until the 1st of December and 14 games to drop as many points as they had done so far this year going into this game. And their opponents today, Lazio, well, it hadn't gone much better for them. They'd already been thrashed 4-1 by Atalanta and 3-0 by Sampdoria, and they currently sit 9th going into this game. Only Atalanta with 13 had conceded more than their 12 goals in the top 10, while their 10 goals ranked them 13th in the division. In terms of the lineups, well, Morata was paired with Ronaldo up front, who was continuing his return from coronavirus. Kulusevski was on the right-hand side. It was 4-4-2, often 4-3-3, sometimes actually 3-4-1-2. Pirlo's side were quite fluid. It was quite exciting to see tactically. With and without the ball, it was changing up a lot. For Lazio, though, massive issues. No Strakosha, no Lucas Leiva, and no Ciro Immobile had all come down with COVID-19. So that meant that Simone Inzaghi had to pair Vedat Muriqi and Joaquin Correa together up front, who hadn't scored a single league goal between them so far this season. And what's more, the weight of history was against Lazio, despite winning 4 of their previous 8 fixtures in all competitions with 4 defeats. Prior to that, they'd only won 1 of 24, so without some of their key players, without their talisman Ciro Immobile, it looked like it was going to be a really difficult afternoon. And after 14 minutes, Juve got their just reward for a fast start. Cuadrado beat 2 Lazio men on the press. They were pressing so high in this game, but quite ineffectively. When Juve managed to do that on numerous occasions, they were running through at the Lazio defence with ease. Cuadrado played a 1-2 with Bentancur, crossed to Cristiano Ronaldo, who tapped in. He got cleverly back onside from an offside position. That was his 6th league goal in 4 games. Only one other player, Paulo Dybala for Juventus, has scored in their first 4 league games of a season since it went to 3 points for a win. He did so in 17-18. So Ronaldo, fast start for Juve, and what a start for Pirlo as well. He was delighted. Juve were bang on top. After 20 minutes, Lazio probably had their best moment. Radu with a lovely back post cross to Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, who crossed, headed down, tried to go for Muriqi, but Muriqi couldn't reach it with an outstretched leg. And then on the 42 minutes, Juve broke again. They were lethal on the break all game. A fantastic turn from Morata, who played it wide to Kulusevski, who fired it across to Ronaldo. I didn't think he was going to be able to control it, but he got it under control just inside the box, turns, hits the top right corner. That would have been it as well. Juve bang on top. They needed a second goal, but as it was, it went into half-time at 1-0. At half-time, possession was fairly even, but Lazio had only got 1 of their 5 shots on target. Juve, meanwhile, had got 5 of their 6, and they really needed that second goal, as we later found out. Simone Inzaghi realised he had to do something pretty sharpish. After 52 minutes, he made a triple substitution as Fares, Radu and Muriqi came off for Wesley Hoedt, Lazzari and Caicedo. Crucially, Caicedo coming on after 52 minutes. And to be honest, Lazio couldn't really get Correa or Caicedo into the game. And the game sort of petered out in the second half for long periods. Ronaldo had to come off with an ankle injury. Morata came off after 88 minutes complaining of an injury as well. But then in the 94th minute, Joaquin Correa, who'd had a quiet game, I have to say, nutmeg Bentancur, beat Rabiot with a poor tackle. He actually had a really good game, but a poor tackle in this instance. Turned it to Caicedo, who turned around and fired into the bottom right-hand corner, and the game finished 1-1. That's the second game in a row where Caicedo has scored a 90th minute winner. It was actually 98th minute against Torino last week in a 4-3 victory. I wouldn't say it was totally deserved, but the game finished 1-1. In terms of key performers, well, on the 88th minute when Morata came off with that injury, it didn't look too serious, luckily, but he had an excellent game before then. He'd led the line superbly. He didn't have a shot, actually, which was weird for the striker. Weird to be praising someone after that, but his all-round display was magnificent. Completed 1 tackle, 4 dribbles and created 3 chances. He's the absolutely perfect foil for Cristiano Ronaldo, in my opinion, in this Serie A at the moment, where the strength of defences seems not as good as in previous years. Morata really quick over 30 to 40 metres, and in this game he was regularly turning around Cataldi, and who was playing as their holding player for Lazio, and just running at the defences. So many options either side. Kulusevski was playing well. Danilo made a great run as well at one stage and got ignored by Ronaldo. But Morata, this was an excellent display from him, and you can see that Ronaldo rates him as well, which is unsurprising really. Considering that, when he was at Real Madrid, he had such an excellent record. 29 goals in his last 77 Real Madrid appearances, which is pretty impressive considering most of those were coming off the bench. And he's a really unselfish player, Morata. Not the best natural finisher, but Ronaldo clearly rates him, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. And that confidence is reaping rewards. 6 goals and 2 assists in 7 League and Champions League games this season. Was really unlucky against Barcelona in the Champions League as well. Had 3 goals ruled out for offside. And he looks somewhere back to his best after a few injury issues at Chelsea and sort of struggling at Atletico Madrid for long periods. Never looked like a natural fit there really, and didn't seem like he fully had the trust of the club as well. Lazio's best player was probably Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. He made 3 tackles and interceptions, won 3 aerial duels. He's got to be one of the best aerial players in Europe, I would say, alongside Dominic Calvert-Lewin at the start of this season. What an absolute animal in the air. Also completed 2 dribbles, laid on 3 key passes and 2 shots. But man of the match for me, Adrien Rabiot. I've hammered him so far this season for not impacting enough on big games, but he was absolutely magnificent today. It was probably the best game I've ever seen him play, I have to say. 6 tackles and interceptions, 3 aerial duels won, 2 dribbles, 2 key passes, 3 shots and a 92% pass accuracy. Incredible all-round performance. Won't be delighted with his defensive work, and neither will Pirlo for that Caicedo goal, but fair play to Adrien Rabiot. He really was the beating heart of a fantastic Juve display, I have to say. I think they were really unfortunate to draw this game. If they'd only got that second goal, it would have been a deserved victory. But Adrien Rabiot, for me, man of the match. Do you agree with that, guys? If not, who should it have been? Get your thoughts in the comments below. In terms of one thing you missed, I wanted to shine a light on Cristiano Ronaldo. He absolutely deserves it. 31 goals for Juve in 2020, and get this, 12 of them have been against Milan, Roma, Atalanta, Napoli and Lazio. At 35 years old, he is still absolutely exceptional. Coming back from COVID, which is a really difficult thing to come back for. It's affected a load of players we've seen in the Premier League, in particular Paul Pogba not looking at his best coming back from COVID. But Ronaldo so far averaging a goal contribution every 41 minutes, 6.5 shots per 90 and 1.74 expected goals and assists per 90. He is just an absolutely... He's a genetic freak, really, and I wouldn't back against him playing until he was at least 40, and long may it continue. I'm really enjoying his displays this season. And interestingly, it was Morata dropping deep for Ronaldo rather than the other way round, and Morata was much more of the creative force in this duo. Ronaldo only created 1 chance but had 5 shots, scored and hit the post. Pirlo using him so cleverly so far this season, and Ronaldo really responding. He looks like he's enjoying more tactical freedom, and his confidence is sky high right now. What a player, what a performance, and let's move on to what it means. This doesn't really do enough for either side, really. Lazio stay 9th as it stands. There's still a load of games to be played today, and they could be 8 points off the top by the end of the weekend, with Milan hosting Hellas Verona tonight. That's Sunday night, that is. Juve stay 3rd, but could be overtaken by Atalanta, Napoli, Inter, Verona or Roma by the end of the weekend if results don't go their way, sorry. They've now drawn 4 of their opening 7 games, and it took them 32 games last year to draw as many. So there are issues for Pirlo. I would say that they need Alexandro back on the left-hand side. I don't think Frabotta's adding a lot. Cuadrado was excellent at right wing-back. And they don't have De Ligt or Chiellini at the moment either. So there are plenty of players to come back in. And of course Dybala. How do I nearly forget Dybala as well? Not really getting a key role in this game as well. I think he came on with about 10 minutes to go. There are some issues for Juve, but this was a really promising performance, if not result. For our second game, I'm going over to Germany now, where Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich produced an absolute classic in Der Klassiker, with Bayern Munich prevailing 3-2 at the Westfalenstadion. It was a hugely entertaining contest, I have to say. Dortmund had 15 shots with 5 on target to Bayern's 14 and 7. And expected goals suggest Dortmund were actually really unlucky, with the metrics suggesting it should have been 2.3 to to 1.3 in their favour. And they were also seriously unlucky with Alaba equalising just before half-time with a deflected free kick coming off the back of Thomas Meunier. Thomas Meunier again having a bit of a shocker. He's just a bit of a middling player defensively and going forward, and wasn't good enough for Lewandowski's goal either, failing to stop Lucas Hernandez's cross. But the big talking point in this game was probably Kimmich's injury after 36 minutes in a collision with Haaland. Tolisso came on. It looked really nasty. Kimmich was sort of leaving the pitch in tears. It looked like a knee injury. Haven't heard yet the severity of it, but that is a really devastating blow for Bayern Munich considering they've already lost Thiago this summer. Cuisance left as well, and now they are without probably the form midfielder in Europe so far this season. So everyone here at EFD wishes Kimmich a speedy recovery. In terms of key players in this game, well, Raf Guerreiro was absolutely brilliant on the left-hand side of the Dortmund attack. 5 tackles and interceptions, 3 dribbles and 8 key passes. Marco Reus was also excellent. We've seen him have a bit more of a bit part role this season. It was just his 3rd Bundesliga start. 3 tackles, 1 dribble, 2 key passes, 5 shots and 1 goal. An excellently taken goal, you have to say. For Bayern, though, this was another great day for Lewandowski, you have to say. He may have had 2 goals ruled out for offside, but his 90 looked like this. 4 aerial duels, 1 dribble, 1 key pass, 2 shots, 1 goal, 1 assist. He now has 11 goals and 4 assists in 6 Bundesliga appearances this season, and now 18 in this fixture alone, averaging a goal contribution every 30 minutes. Just insane. Get this, if he continues at this rate and plays as many minutes as last year, he'll end up with 92 goal contributions in the league. Obviously, this rate is probably a bit unsustainable, even for him, but what a player, what a performer. Just impossible to find a weakness in this game. Even the header from the Lucas Hernandez cross, it didn't even look like a real chance. It was kind of a half chance. Whip ball across, he had to get across Hummels, but just arrows it into the bottom right-hand corner to Berkey's left. This is now the first time that Bayern have won 5 of their opening 7 games since 2015-16, and they're now 2 points clear of RB Leipzig at the top, who beat Freiburg 3-0 this weekend. We said on Continental Club that it felt like, with both sides level on points going into this game, Dortmund really needed to win this going into the international break. They played superbly well, but you know, the superior player quality of Bayern just across the entire team, particularly in defence, probably makes the biggest difference in this game. Guys, do you think it's going to be a foregone conclusion? Will Bayern just romp to another league title? Please no. Can we have a bit of a title battle? And how bad do you think this Kimmich injury is going to be? And how do you think Hansi Flick will get around that? Let me know in the comments down below. And let's move on to our star of the week. Atletico Madrid's wonderful start to the season continued as they thrashed Cadiz 4-0 this weekend, with João Felix running the show once again. The 20-year-old's game looked like this. Get a load of this. 1 interception, 3 dribbles, 4 key passes, 3 shots, 2 goals and 1 assist. He now has 5 goals and 2 assists in La Liga. Only Mikel Oyarzabal is level with him. No player has more in La Liga. And he's got another 2 goals in the Champions League as well this term. So he finally looks like he's settled. He's become the main man there. He's clearly profiting off playing with a player of the calibre of Luis Suarez as well. Lots of other of Simeone's decisions are coming off as well. Marcos Llorente continues to go from strength to strength. Torreira as well has started really well. So things are looking very good for Atletico Madrid indeed. For those saying it's only Cadiz, well, they're no mugs. They were 5th going into this game. They'd beaten Real Madrid, Athletic Bilbao and drawn against Villarreal as well. In fact, they hadn't conceded a goal in their 4 away games to date going into this game. Obviously that came to a swift end when João Felix has had his wicked way. For Atleti, they are still unbeaten at the time of writing and rise to 2nd, 1 point behind Villarreal with 2 games in hand, although that league table could change as the games continue this weekend. They have the best defensive record in Europe, just 2 goals against, while only Real Sociedad with 18 have scored more than their 17 goals. Last season I was calling for Simeone to release the shackles on Atletico Madrid if they were ever to stand a chance of challenging properly for another La Liga title, and he looks like he's done it. Atletico Madrid were Henry Hill's favourites to win La Liga according to the scout report we dropped on Thursday, and it's difficult to look past them, to be honest. I think it'll be between them and Real Madrid once again, but what a phenomenal start and what a player João Felix is proving to be, playing the best football of his career by far in Madrid. Guys, that's all we've got time for on ERU for this week. What did you guys think of it? Did I miss out anyone for Star of the Week? What did you make of Der Klassiker? And do you think there are issues at Juventus? It was a good performance, but a shameful result in the end, conceding that late goal. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in the comments down below. I'm going to go off to watch Liverpool Man City now. I'm predicting 2-0 to Liverpool. I'm sure I'm going to look like a mug after this game, but let's see how it turns up. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!